Hi class, welcome back to the Builders. Today we're going to do the event page prototype. So where are we so far in the builder process? Well, you know we've done a lot of stuff with HTML and CSS, but that was just a preparation for the big project where we're going to create a complete user experience, database design, and site design for events. What am I going to do tonight? We started with designing the user experience, site sketches, you've already done that. You tested your user experience with a usability test with one or two members of your class. Now today we're going to go on and design event information. So you'll know more about that in a second, but let me tell you what comes after this. We need to put our event information once designed into the database. We have to get information back out of the database and finally put it on the page. So that's what we have to do. We're halfway through as of this week the project to design an events system. And let's go on now into talking about how to design event information. What we want to do is make sure that we know exactly what an event is and how we're going to present it on the screen. So this design is not only about the event, but how the event sits on a web page. Alright, here are the steps. We're going to design an event using the work that you did previously in your competitive analysis. Then we're going to design an event area, one area of a web page that just displays event information. Then finally we're going to design the entire event page, figuring out how we want an entire page to look. This is what I'd like you to do. Download the template file from G-Class, follow the instructions exactly as they are in G-Class, and when you're finished, upload a filled-in version of the template back through G-Class so that your TAs can see it. Alright, we're going to begin with designing an event. In this step, you go back to your competitive analysis, that is the other two sites you decided that also do events, and you're going to try to figure out, well, what do they say about an event? What are all the different pieces of information that they say about an event? From the What's on Dublin event site, which I used for my prototype, I pulled out these attributes: title, address, phone, web, email, dates, description, and a location map. For the sites that you visited, you'll have a different set of tags or different set of attributes for an event. So go ahead and find out what they are and add them all to your template document. When you're finished with that, come up with the short list of the ones that you're going to use in your prototype. Here's how I decided to do mine. My events will have a name, an event type, a date and time, a price, and a location. And the location will have all of those parts to it. Now, mine and yours don't by any stretch of the imagination have to be the same. In fact, I want you to do something different than I'm doing. However, I want you to take what I've done sort of as a starting place or as a template for you to be able to do this stuff yourself. So this is what I decided that my event has. Step 2. Design an event. You can use whatever tool you want, but we've been using Mockingbird in class. Whatever tool you use, show labels, sample event data, and layout. So let me show you my event area. It's very simple. I think you can do a much more sophisticated event area than I've done, but I wanted to do something that was the lowest common denominator and good for everyone in the class. You can see that I have the title of the event. In this case, the event is Ender's Game. What is it? It's a movie. That's the event type. When is it? It's Saturday. How much does it cost? $10. And where is it? 123 Magnolia Street, Seattle, Washington. So each one of those things is a particular piece of data. Movie, Saturday, $10, the address, and the title. That's all event data. Notice that's all part of my event model. I say that an event has a name, I say that it has a type, I say that it has a date and time, I say that it has a price, and I say that it has an address. And each part of the address, by the way, is there under where. Notice also that this screen has labels on them. The word what, when, how much, and where, those are all labels. They won't change from movie to movie, or from event to event. Every event will have that data. The title, the type, the date and time, the cost, and the address. What changes from event to event is the data that's filled into this screen. That's a very important concept, and we'll come back to that over and over again between now and the end of the course. For now, what I want you to understand is that you need to go into Mockingbird or some other prototyping tool and come up with a design for your event area. That design should have all the data from one event in it, and it should also have all the labels and also the layout. Notice here that there's some space between the top of the box and the title. The title is in a particular font size and it's a particular place on the screen. That's all the layout. So design an event area with layout, with data from at least one event, and from all the labels that explain what the data is. Step 3, design an event page. In this part of the exercise, you're going to figure out how does the event key into a larger page. Is there navigation on the page? If so, where? Are there banners and footers on the page? Are there other things that you'd like to have on the page? So the navigation area is only one small part of the event page. The larger event page has other things on it. For example, here's my larger event page. It has a big fat banner on it that says what to do tonight. It has some navigation on the left-hand side, things to do alphabetically with a few names of events in there, Ender's Game, Intergalactic, and Seattle Wheel. It has that has the event area, so you can still see Ender's Game in there as part of a larger page. And I have a simple footer on the page as well. That's my event page. What will yours look like? Please don't just copy my event page. Think of one of your own. Think of something that makes sense to you. But understand the ideas of navigation, allowing you to get from event to event, banners, which describe the site and give the big features and functions of the site, and a footer that if you need it, which many times you don't need it, a footer that gives you some information about the site, who the authors are, that sort of thing. All right, well, go forward and try it, and we'll talk to you next time.